This is my binder that I said I would share. This is one that I made. I made it out of like artboard and covered it in scrapbooking paper and stuff. But anyway, this was my planner for our early trip in 2014. So obviously I decorated the front. On the inside, I just used like these little sticky notes to keep track of things that I needed to do or whatever. I put this little thing here in the front just so that I had a place to put my little pad of sticky notes. And then this is the table of contents. You can see I divided it up: travel information, dining information, photo pass and character information, Magic Kingdom, Epcot, Disney Hollywood Studios, Animal Kingdom, miscellaneous information, and then we spent some time at Universal too, so I had a Universal section. Then I had just a little folder to be able to put loose stuff. I think I probably had some maps or something in here at one point in time. More notes, lots of notes. This is the spreadsheet that I shared on the group too. I put it in like a page protector because it changed. I mean, before we left, there's no telling how many times I changed it. But in addition to having this in my book, I also laminated this this little spreadsheet so that I threw it in my bag and took it into the parks with me. I wasn't going to lug this book around in the parks, but the spreadsheet was very helpful to take in the parks with me. This is just a bigger view of that spreadsheet. You know, I'm getting older, and and sometimes reading the smaller print is not easy. So anyway, just a bigger view of that. Within every section, I put like a little place just to take notes. My intention was every night to put something in memories or whatever written down in here, so that when I scrapbooked or whatever, I could include it. But obviously, I didn't do that great about it. Okay, so my first section is the travel information, and you can see I put my notes here. I don't even know why I had extra paper in there, but anyway, but with each section I did make a little pocket so that I could put any loose information that I needed. So this is my travel information. The first thing I did was put, like, we live in South Carolina, but we fly out of Atlanta, so I included driving directions to our Atlanta hotel that we were going to stay at. We always spend the night and then fly out first thing in the morning. Then I have all of my reservation information here for our hotel. Then for our flights, all of the confirmation and reservation information. And again, this is all in the travel section. And then I like to save all of our receipts. I don't know why, but I do. So in each section I also have like a little plastic envelope where I could put our receipts. Here I did actually do some journaling or whatever about our travel, but I didn't do that throughout the entire trip, not as well as I'd like to. Okay, then the next section is dining information, and in here I put I put all of our dining reservation information. I did make notes about what I would grade each of the places, and little comments about each of the places. Like, for instance, we went to Chef Mickey's, and we celebrated my daughter's birthday there, and we had a custom cake for her, and so I just made notes about that. I told what were the highlights of each meal and that sort of thing. And this year, that year we did do the dessert party. So, and then I even for ones that didn't require a reservation for our quick service, I put in my book all of the menus for each of those, and so we've got several menus in here, and even ones that required a reservation, like Sanaa. We ate at Sanaa that year, and So I put all the menus in here. That's kind of fun because the kids get to look at it in advance and get an idea of what they want. We spend a lot of time planning, and that really helps. Let's see. And okay, that was all in this section. I captured all of my notes and stuff actually on the pages themselves. So the next section is the PhotoPass and character information, and what I put in here is just locations of all of the where the characters are located in each of the parks, as well as there's some PhotoPass information if you're looking for where the PhotoPass photographers are, and some information about the the magic shots that they do, that sort of thing, just to kind of keep us aware of where that is. The next thing is Magic Kingdom, and again, all of them, I have this little pocket here. And I actually have something in this pocket. So this was our Fast Pass for Be Our Guest. Now it's a reservation, but it used to be a Fast Pass. So in addition to the spreadsheet that captured our entire trip, we've got a spreadsheet. I did a spreadsheet for each of our days in the parks, and this was just kind of a blown up version with any more details that I might want in there, so it's like a day at a glance, so to speak. We spent 3 days in Magic Kingdom, so I had 3 of those. Also in this section, I include a map of the park. I mean, we've been so many times now, we pretty much know where everything is, but it's still nice to include that. And then I had this section here where I put our touring plans in here. And I use touringplans.com to do our touring plans. Sometimes we use them, sometimes we don't. But anyway, this just gives a detailed touring plan for each of our days, and I just put it in there because that was something that that changed as I was planning quite a bit too, so I didn't want to bind it in the book. The next section is Epcot, and it's all really the same information laid out the same way. The next section is Hollywood Studios, again laid out the same way with the same type of information. Animal Kingdom, laid out the same way, same type of information. Maps, touring plans, that sort of thing. And then my last section, well, not my last section, but this section is my miscellaneous section. And I had some envelopes there, and then we always, when we stay, we always do, my girls will decorate little envelopes, and we leave tips for the mousekeepers every day. So this was that. I mean, these are some of the envelopes that we had left over there. But okay, so we have in this miscellaneous section, I always put a packing list. That's more extensive packing list. Let's see. And again, we travel a good bit, so we rarely forget anything, but just in case, we put a packing list in there. Then I always include a list of guest services numbers and all the resorts and that sort of thing, just in case we need them while we're out. I include the the crowd calendars. This one's from Easy Walt Disney World. I like how Josh does his. I tend to follow his recommendations a good bit. So anyway, that's that. This is the crowd tracker from touringplans.com. I highlighted the days that where we were going to be at each of the parks. This is I shouldn't turn it that way. Sorry. This is an expense sheet for our entire vacation. I capture, like what all of our expenses are, and I like to keep a track of that. then we usually send a package down. So I've got like the address to the resort. This is all the address information for where we were staying in Atlanta. I like to compare what our trips this year compared to the prior year cost. So we've got that information there. Another thing I do is I like to, if we're using the dining plan, I like to keep, especially if we're using the dining plan, but always, I like to keep track of what I think that our approximate gratuities are going to be. So this is a list of, just kind of list where we're going to have our meals, what the approximate tips are going to be for each of those, and then because I like to determine whether or not it's going to be worth it for us to do the dining plan or not, this helps a lot because, the way I've got it broken down, it tells me what's going to be our total cost of table service meals, not including gratuities and the gratuity cost, and then that way I can kind of get a feel for what's going to work best for our family. Another little place, a couple of places, like I say, I took all my receipts out to do this video, but usually I just shove all of my receipts in there. And then the last section is Universal, and it's very similar in the way that it's set up. Park calendars and that sort of stuff. And that is it. So anyway, and I do something similar. I don't always do a handmade book, but this year or in 2014, for whatever reason, I did. But anyway, I hope you like it. Thanks.